In the modern world, external forces, whether societal, political, or energetic, work diligently to control and manipulate our emotions, thoughts, and actions. To combat this, one must cultivate the practices of neutrality, emotional sovereignty, and deep understanding of one's own energetic field. The reason these practices are essential lies not only in their ability to maintain personal integrity, but also in their power to dismantle systems of control from within. Today, we'll explore why these practices are needed to protect one's sovereignty and disarm forces that seek to dominate. Throughout history, those in power have used emotional manipulation as a primary method of maintaining control. By creating fear, anger, guilt, and confusion, they provoke reactions that keep individuals distracted and disempowered. The energy spent on reacting to external stimuli leaves individuals vulnerable to further manipulation, as our emotional state becomes a tool for external forces rather than internal compass. The practice of neutrality is necessary because it serves as a shield against these emotional manipulation. When an individual can step back and observe their emotional reactions without being swept up in them, they retain their power. Neutrality, then, is not withdrawal, but a conscious and deliberate choice to stand outside the cycles of manipulation. This gives individuals the ability to see clearly, make better decisions, and act with intentions rather than react out of anger or fear. One of the core tenets of spiritual sovereignty is emotional sovereignty, and understanding that we are the masters of our emotions and that we have the power to direct our energy. When we allow external forces to dictate our emotions, we surrender our personal power. This makes us sustainable to coercion, fear-based programming, and control. Practicing emotional sovereignty is essential because it prevents us from being easily manipulated. By setting emotional boundaries, we stop allowing our energies to be siphoned by toxic influences. This requires a deep understanding of oneself, knowing what triggers emotional reactivity, and learning to pause before acting on that energy. Emotional sovereignty also ensures that when we do express emotions, they come from a place of clarity and self-awareness rather than being the result of someone else's agenda. In a world filled with distractions and chaos, staying grounded is increasingly difficult, yet it is essential for maintaining neutrality. Centering practices such as meditation, grounding exercises, and mindfulness can help an individual reconnect with their true self and stay rooted in their own energy field. These practices are essential because they act as an anchor, preventing the mind and emotion from being swayed by external forces. Without these practices, an individual becomes like a leaf caught in the wind, constantly influenced by the whims of the external world. Centering practices, however, provide a space where an individual can take a step back, access their inner state, and recalibrate before responding to external stimuli. And this process allows for a more thoughtful, intentional response rather than an impulsive reaction. Reactivity is a natural human response to perceived threat, but it's also a tool that those who wish to control us often rely upon. The more emotionally reactive we become, the more we become entangled in cycles of manipulation. These cycles drain our energy, leaving us focused on problems rather than the solution. This is why recognizing and detaching from reactive energy is so important. It breaks the cycle of manipulation and restores our power. The necessity of this step is rooted in the fact that reactivity clouds our judgment and keeps us stuck in a victim mindset. When we learn to detach from reactivity, we free ourselves from the emotional tug of war that others may try to pull us into. Detaching allows us to regain control of our energy and focus it on more constructive actions that align with our higher self. Once we have established emotional sovereignty and neutrality, we are in a position to disarm external forces that seek to manipulate us. Disarming manipulative forces doesn't mean fighting fire with fire. Rather, it means responding from a place of compassion, detachment, and love. Compassion helps us see the underlying pain and fear in those who seek to control, while detachment ensures we do not become entangled in their agenda. This is where conscious intention plays a crucial role. Rather than responding to manipulation with anger or resistance, we consciously redirect that energy. We transmute the negative forces sent towards us into something more beneficial. Rather, it's using the energy to feel positive causes or to stand healing where it's needed the most. Ultimately, all manipulation forces operate outside the natural order, using fear, division, and control to assert their dominance. Higher law, on the other hand, operates from a place of unity, justice, and truth. When we align ourselves with these higher laws, we not only protect ourselves, but also contribute to the collective rebalancing of energies on a global scale. The necessity of this alignment lies in its power to transcend the petty struggles of lower realms. By invoking divine justice and aligning with higher cosmic principles, we call forth higher order that is beyond the reach of those who seek to control. This is where true power lies, beyond the illusion of control, and unwavering knowledge that we are aligned with the universal truth that governs all. By staying centered, detached from activity, and aligned with higher law, we disarm manipulative forces and protect our energy from being siphoned away. These steps are not just about self-preservation, they are also about contributing to the collective healing and realignment of the world. By practicing neutrality and sovereignty, we can shift the balance of power, reclaim our inner peace, and ultimately contribute to a greater cosmic order that unites all. This is Makalasi. Thanks for listening. Peace.